Hey, there we are. It's the Alabama Toy Mercs Joe Zone for this week. And in light of everything that a lot of us have going on, and the fact that a lot of us are actually gearing up for Toylanta this week, we're just going to we're going to do a roundtable thing. Just have an open discussion. Anybody that wants to talk about something they've heard, something they've seen, something they've gotten, probably hit our thoughts or whatever on the reveals that we've had in the last couple of weeks, and go from there. So, how you guys doing? Everybody good?
Good, man.
Good.
We're here.
We're here. Yeah, John's. Give everybody a heads up. Yeah, John's having a hard time. The allergies and whatnot are really kicking him around. So, just be patient. If he disappears, he's not being rude. He's just not feeling well. So.
Probably leaving to go cough a lung up or something. I'll probably be hitting mute quite a bit today.
Yeah, like Shane said, just let the cat fill in. It'll be fine.
There you go.
So what's new, guys? What do we want to talk about? What do you guys got?
I'd like to just briefly, before we really get started, well, if I can get it pulled up here, talk about this guy.
Big Lob.
Big Lob.
Big Lob, the O-ring version of Big Lob, not the 25th anniversary. This was a 2010. If you were a member of the club during 2010, you got this as a free gift. And I found out today that he's selling for around $1,200 on eBay. And I'm like,
wow,
where did that come from?
Yeah.
I don't understand, because I'm pretty sure by 2010 they were well into doing the figure a year subscription thing, and so I'm pretty sure that the fan base was there, and they were probably just as many of those produced as they were the other ones. So I'm trying to figure out why this one is going for so much money. It's just, it baffles my mind.
I was in my 40s before I even knew this figure existed. I always wanted one, but I never thought they made one, and I got out of collecting. So if I was a completist, yeah, I'd probably want them right now.
Right.
Because that movie was kind of like the first exposure to a lot of people. That's why a lot of people love that.
Right.
That blasphemy Cobra Lock crap. But anyway,
and I think that's probably the driving force for the price of that figure, because a lot of people that probably don't care about the club or they still want that to have a complete set of 1997 figures, because they never made him, but he was in the movie.
Yep.
And that's the only thing I can figure.
They made all the rest of them, but like I said, I never do. I'm like, so we didn't. I always wanted to do the whole team of the Rawhides, and never was able to, because I never knew they made Big Lob.
Well, it's funny. I saw a post a couple of days ago in one of the huge groups. Somebody posted a series of pictures of, I don't know, 3 or 4 of the cards that we've talked about. Shane was looking for what? You're down to what, number 16 right now? So if anybody has 16, let Shane know. But
I probably do. I just got to look.
These
I don't way to look, just whenever you chance. No big deal.
Yeah, these individual cards were selling for like $1,100, $9.99, all this other stuff, and like there was like 4 or 5 posts immediately under that. Everybody was yelling money laundering. So maybe that's a thing, that people are actually using PayPal with these fake auctions to launder money. I can't imagine that Big Lob figure being worth that much money. I just can't. I can't see that.
I mean, you could buy a good used flag for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I just makes you wonder.
Going for?
What's that?
As far as we're going for?
The guy that I saw listed on one of the groups listed for $1,100, and he stated it was going for $1,200 on eBay, and I thought, oh, this guy, he just put too many zeros on there. It's really 110.
Right.
And I went back and done a search, and sure enough, I found one that sold recently for $13.95.
Good.
Yeah.
Like I told you earlier, I've never owned one, and I will never own one.
No, not that
So,
kind of.
not at that price.
No.
I'm not way about the 25th Zorana. I'm just not paying $50,
Me too.
50, 60. But I want her because I don't have her, but I'm not, I'm $30, but I'm not paying 60. I've seen her go for 100. I'm just not.
I saw there was a big one of the groups one of the guys had a huge claim auction of 25th stuff the other day. A lot of convention figures, and I think the most expensive one they had was like $275, but I guess it was a very rare figure. I don't even remember what it was, but and I think it sold relatively quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, but $1,100. I mean, that's like carded first wave numbers. That seems crazy.
Yeah.
For I don't know. Maybe I'm nuts, but it seems strange.
According to this post, John had one, but it may or may not be listed on eBay now.
Yeah, I made the mistake of telling Nancy, so it's probably on eBay right now. Oh, that's Nancy said that.
Okay. That's funny.
Sorry about that, John. You may have had one.
Yeah, I may have. Probably don't have it now.
Yeah.
Your groupie's doing you wrong, John.
Yep. Yeah, but think of the money you'll have for this weekend.
Right.
There you
I
go.
was thinking I could take that and trade it for a gold head Steel Brigade because they're not even going for that kind of money.
You can get some boot to go with that.
Yeah. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, I'll never have a full set of vintage figures because of the Creator Cobra and the gold head Steel Brigade. Those two.
Yeah.
I'm just not spending that kind of money for them.
Right. Yeah. There is a line that everybody, I think, has to draw somewhere. It's just like, man, that's crazy. Cool. Yeah. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. Everybody started yelling. Like I said, there were 4 or 5 of them. Everybody started yelling money laundering. I'd never heard of it before, but maybe that's a thing. I don't know.
It could be. Never know.
Well, I thought I did see a listing on eBay for one of the convention sets for about $3,500, and I think it was Hunter Biden that listed it. So.
you can't. You'll never know because you'll never find his laptop.
Yeah. You'll never be able to prove that.
Right. Yeah.
He's going from art. He's going from selling art to selling action figures.
Yeah. Using
confidential information.
Laptop King 46, right? Jeez. Oh man, that's terrible.
Classified information.
Exactly. Speaking of classified information, we had discussed off mic that we kind of wanted the reveals to cool off a bit before we even thought about touching them because everybody and their brother was going on and on and on about the reveals, and I think the excitement for the reveals died off about as quickly as, about the same amount of warning that we had that, this stuff was coming. It doesn't, my opinion is the September release date is a real kick in the head because it's like I was telling my wife just earlier that the carded Storm Shadow popped up on Pulse for pre-order quickly this afternoon, and I was able to get that pre-ordered, but that's like a July release, and it was like, well, wait a second, we've got at this point in time we've got Classic Outback, we've got CoverGirl, we've got Crimson Bats, right, and we've got Lieutenant Falcon within the next 2 months, right? Because that, I don't know if you guys got your emails on that, but I got my email telling me that those figures had been pushed back to May 1st, not April 1st now. Yep. So, and I'm guessing there's going to be something big show up for San Diego, but I mean, I don't know. Hasbro, it seems like Hasbro's got to pick up the pace. I very much so am actually very, very happy with the product that they're showing us. But man, this 6 months in between batches of figures is going to kill this line if they're not real careful because, holy cow, there's other stuff being produced every day and money is a finite resource. Collectors are not famous for sitting on their money for very long, waiting for stuff to show up. So, what's your opinion on the time that we're talking about here?
Well,
Well, it definitely ain't
Me-
quality control.
Do what?
I said, definitely ain't quality control.
Yeah.
Well, that's my thing I was bringing up because everybody's questioning about. There's a big thing about the head sculpts and the paint apps and all that kind of stuff. So I dug mine out, took headshots just so I could let people look at what Problem is, my figures could look like this, and you get them, and they be all jacked up.
Exactly.
Eyes be upside down and everything. The head sculpts there. The paint thing. Do y'all want me to just go ahead and show them so we can get these?
Yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah.
But I mean, the sculpt is quite there. But we will start with Miss Covergirl, and as you can tell,
Those eyes.
Wow.
See, smudged across this way is kind of blobby. I mean, but that's mine.
Right.
Yours may not look that way. I think she's got her lipstick's little thing, but if you look at the figure, I think she's got just a little bit of a smirk. So her lipstick would be a little off like that. It's kind of a side. You can see how it's kind of not all the way through. So the print really didn't take really good on that left eye. And if you look at the lips, it's got a line. I think she just got like a little bit of a smirk.
Right.
So everybody, I've already seen people like, yeah, this is that and other. So everybody's already griping about it, about figures they ain't even seen yet. Like I said, pretty good print there. They tried to do, you can see where it's got some eyelash stuff. They really tried to give her a beauty look, everything like that. So, it's still, we're talking about trying to translate a two-dimensional figure into a three-dimensional figure.
Yeah, exactly. Render to right.
Something's going to be lost there in that translation.
Right.
Yeah.
Next, we'll go with Outback. Mine, he looks like he's kind of looking to the side just a little bit. Like eyes aren't quite centered up. Other than that, I mean, he's sporting those baby blues. The head sculpts, we already know what the head sculpt is. It's the exact same thing that was on the Tiger Force one. I mean, there's no difference. I mean, other than the paint. Then you got the side here. You got, a little smudgy here with the paints and stuff. I mean, but again, we're still looking at a $20 figure that's mass produced.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and they did give a wash to the beard and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, there are some details in here.
Looks like he's got his ear pierced there.
Huh?
Looks like he's got his ear pierced there.
Well, he spent too much time with rock and roll.
Yeah.
Then we got the other side. So you get like one side's pretty squared up. I mean, those print things always never seem to match up.
Yeah, I agree.
Very well. But the head sculpt's there. The figure, there's no denying who he is.
Right.
Or anything like that. So, people like, I don't know if I want to buy it or not and all that kind of stuff, and I'm like, well, I like I said, it's a $20 figure.
Right.
I mean, $25 now, but still we're talking $20.
Right.
And to me, if you're not right up there on it,
exactly,
you get to do pretty pictures.
Right.
So,
is that Bear a Marvel Legends thing?
Yeah, it's Ursa Major. It was a Build-A-Figure. So I wanted to show this. Got into the picture. It comes with hair printed on his arm. And I didn't know what it was at first. I'm, what the hell?
My figure's got a rash.
Looks like you've been eating Cheetos.
You've been crawling around that poison ivy or something. So. And as always, the joints don't match.
Yeah.
Ever since they went to this pinless stuff, these things never match.
Yeah.
The knees or the elbows, they don't match. They're a different color. Stuff. I mean, that's minor things, stuff, but the figure's a solid figure, same one we got and everything, so I mean, who else can have coffee with a bear other than Outback?
Right.
Yeah, you know. And it's not the cocaine bear; that's the caffeine bear.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to me, these guys are acting like there's someone in there hand painting each one of these figures.
Right.
That is not the case, people.
No.
I mean, these are being mass produced, one pop up, one right after the other.
Right.
It's not hand painted.
No.
I mean,
I've paid more for less.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
So
I don't know if you guys saw that one post in a group where a guy had bought some heads from Call of Duty, the zombie heads,
Yeah.
and he was going to make something. Well, those figures were terrible. They were unpainted, and
Yeah.
I mean, you could even unpainted, you could see that they were terrible. And the necks, instead of being just cut off here, they come all the way down to the shoulders.
Mm.
And I was like, and he paid like $20 a piece for them things. So I mean, like some of them guys, if you want to complain about something,
There is something weird going on with quality control, much broader than what Hasbro is or isn't doing, because it's actually showing up in the McFarlane stuff and it's showing up in the Jurassic Park stuff too. It's like this weird. I think these are the first wave of figures that were produced post COVID, and I think there was some kind of shift there. I don't know if they got a new batch of employees, or I'm sorry, there's something happened on the production end, and it's I mean, it's not just one line. It seems like everything that's coming over now is, boy, it's hit or miss with quality control.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. The other day I went to Walmart and bought a bag of chicken wings.
bless your heart.
You're rich.
Chicken wings. Bought
Holy
one
cow.
bag. It wasn't just one bag. I opened the bag. I put them out to cook them, right? And there was a whole wing in there.
Yeah. Wow.
Quality control sucks.
Yeah.
Just
Something
so-
happened.
I mean, we can complain about everything.
Yeah. It's true.
So you know what I did? I just took my scissors and I cut it in half, and there was my wing.
Right.
Well,
But you know what was good? I had an extra wing. So it's only been 10. I had 11.
I think it's COVID. I think COVID affected people's brain and made them stupid.
Huh?
They
They can't drive no more. They can't think no more.
they were suffocated by those masks. Everybody's
That's
got brain
probably it.
damage from,
Too
I'm
much
sorry, it's
oxygen deprivation to the brain
Yes.
cells. Up there.
things changed.
We were coming down the road the other day, me and the wife coming back from Rick's there, and we passed this car, a lady in the car by herself with her mask on.
Yeah.
In the car by herself.
She's a ninja.
And I was like,
I-
I don't get
I've
it.
got now. I'm kind of because y'all know I'm a little bit of a smart ass. Whenever I see somebody wearing a mask, I always tell them, "I hope you get to feeling better."
yeah, exactly.
Because if you're sick, you should wear a mask. Because
Exactly.
Sure.
where I work, where I
John.
change jobs, these people still don't
Let me
wash
go get
their
my mask.
hands.
I don't want to infect y'all.
Where I work around people with I work around people. I literally work with rocket science. So scientists, okay,
Right.
PhDs, all the doctorates and stuff, and they couldn't flush the toilet, wash their hands, or anything else. After all this, they still didn't.
Yep.
So they'll walk right by you and sneeze, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, but like we know, education doesn't mean intelligence; it just means
Nope.
you're educated.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
So when I changed jobs, we still got the same problem. People still don't wash their hands. I'm like, we just went through all that. So if
I
you're
know.
sick, wear a mask because you're probably not going to cough into your sleeve. You're probably not.
Right.
But if
Exactly.
you're not sick, because it's not, And I thought it was funny when all those forest fires out there in California start happening.
Yeah.
Normally they were like, well, put this mask on, wear this, and all this kind of stuff. Never. Well, John left,
He'll be back.
He's out of here.
but they
He's probably trying to figure out if Nancy actually listed that figure on eBay.
Probably so. He's probably looking right now.
But they were falling all over themselves trying to tell people what kind of mask to wear because they
Yeah.
didn't want to tell people, well, you can't just wear the COVID mask because it won't stop those particles from the thing. Like,
Right.
well, if it won't stop those particles, then it wouldn't stop a virus.
Exactly.
You know, like, so they were really falling off. So it's like it just went hush hush. You
Yep.
know, so I'm like, I don't know, but yeah, I think it's affected everything. I mean,
I agree. I think that's what we're dealing with here. I really do. It's everything and everywhere. Attitudes have changed, and I don't think that's any different in China or Vietnam or wherever it is your figures are coming from. It changed everything, and even over there, I don't think people are either as experienced or care. I mean, seriously, I don't know what happened, but I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it much broader than GI Joe classified figures. I guess is my point. It's
John,
much
did you
broader
leave
than
us to
that.
see if Nancy actually did post that figure?
No, I got rid of one long. I still got one. I'm saying.
Oh, there you go. We'll hook you up with an iron one here before the end of the night. I got to tell you guys, I haven't bought anything other than pre-orders in 2 months. I mean, I saw a couple of things. I saw a couple of the mega figures for the DC universe, but I just didn't have the money this month. I haven't seen anything to buy other than pre-ordering stuff. I don't know about you guys.
Nothing either.
Yeah, it's kind of discouraging because, like I said, I made that joke on the page about it's very apparent that the month of economic collapse will be September because I mean, holy cow, I spent a lot of money in the last 2 weeks, but not going to see anything from it until at least September. I won't pay for it till then either. But man, I look at the numbers on those pre-orders. That's a huge amount of money.
Well, me and John were talking last night, wasn't it? I think, John, but we kind of have to throttle back because it just everything's coming. You're saying that they need to put more out, and I'm going, I can't afford really what they're putting out now. Like, so this rate they're putting out, well, for me, I collect 4 other lines. So,
right.
You know, it's like if one ain't coming out, if they were putting Joe's out the rate they put Marvel Legends out, I would probably just quit.
Yeah, right. Well, I
get
get
so
that.
frustrated about missing figures. I'm like, it's just too.
I get that.
So I'm kind of appreciative that they're not having the big lines, you know, and though I think they're leaving money on the table by not doing us a Build-A-Figure of Snake Armor because it'd be really, really easy to make. Very first thing, you could put a 8-person wave out, put piece, you know, and bam, your people got to buy the whole freaking wave to get that Build-A-Figure, and I know all 4 of us would really like Snake Armor to go.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
You know, I mean, that's what we do, and so I don't know why they're not taking that page.
I don't know.
I did read, or I don't know if I watched a video or something. The people were talking about because of the drop down hips and all that kind of stuff, and the little diaper. I don't know if people know, but all the Joes have a diaper. There's a little rubber pair of shorts that we all call a diaper. So, well, that costs more, and it complicates the production. NECA's been dealing with it for a whole lot of years. It's like that. So the design behind these is more costly to do and more time consuming than what Marvel Legends.
I believe that.
Marvel Legends has a whole lot of old bucks to fall back on.
Exactly. Right.
Where classified don't. So
right.
Yeah, it's true.
But
that is true.
I've spent a lot of money here lately, and I ain't got nothing.
Yeah,
I get an email from Super 7 going, let us know by the 13th if you moved, because we're going to ship your stuff. And I ain't moved. And they ain't right. But every day I get an email from them about something else they're selling. I'm like, first give me what I bought first. Then I might think I won't do that again. I'll just wait until like Big Bad Toy Store or something like that gets them in stock, and then I'll order.
Yeah, that whole thing has been a mess, hasn't it? I mean, that's just
2 years, man.
That's crazy. About 2 years, right?
as a toy photographer, years ago, like 2016, the big thing was space walls, galactic toy things set. They had it looked like the inside of a Death Star. Everything else you bought, it was like $110. I put it. It's been used over and over and over again to the point we had a joke of going, okay, toy photographers, you can take a picture without using space walls. You know, they're never going to come out with the inside of the ship the one from the very first scene, 77, where they're going through and the Empire's coming through and they shoot up with the rebel troopers and stuff. They're that
the tent of 4.
Yeah. And so they asked for backing, like $250. So got on it and everything else. Well, they filed bankruptcy on everybody. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, I love giving away money. I thought I only had to do that when I got divorced. You know, so house, car, money. Yeah, it's So I'm not really griping to the spacing between the figures.
My only concern is keeping energy up for the line. I understand you completely. Financially, it works to my benefit too. It's just it concerns me because, jeez, I mean, it's hard to keep energy and enthusiasm up with a lot of time. Man, everybody else is going to pop up with a lot of stuff in between now and then. That money's going to go to.
Especially when you're waiting. And then you get a release like the Falcon figure with that head, and everybody's just discouraged by, golly, what we're getting. And then to the point, and then you're not going to see it, even if you see it on the shelves, because it's in that new packaging. You don't see what you got.
Right.
And stuff. So, and the other day, there's a Marvel Legends. It was on sale, had a hole ripped in the side of it, and somebody had pulled the builder figure out of it. There's no reason I wanted to think, because you can easily just steal out of that. I'm like, so. Yeah, I don't know. I'm with you. I think they're messing up some ways by keeping it in the forefront.
That's, I mean, smaller waves. Even if they would just keep us posted better than they do, if we had more, webcast things. I don't think we'd necessarily need more product, but man, you wait months for these people to say anything to us, and you'll get more renders, or you'll get basically what are rumors. If there's no render, it's a rumor, right?
They don't have to. We have Viper Island giving us his
good Lord,
conspiracy theories and all that stuff. He ain't the only one, though. I mean,
oh no, he's not.
I give him credit. I really think when he tells it, he legit feels that he's telling the truth.
I think he's got big enough egos.
There are a few I think Hasbro probably just employs just to keep the buzz going, even though it's crap, like this latest rumor about Mattel shutting down in April, killing the Masters Universe.
Yeah.
Of course, now there was the other option that either is going to the more that it was not going to. It wasn't that they were going to quit making them as much as they were going to quit selling them in retail. Right. So and shifting to the direct to consumer thing
model, right?
And the packaging is already going towards that way. Who needs to see a window package if you can't see it anyways before you buy it? So I mean, Masters of the Universe have not, but. Stuff. But I know I was really geeked to see that Ram Man. He's coming home with me.
I watched that video again, and they're killing it.
I got to tell you, I don't collect the line, and I looked at that post from Foosh today. 2 gigantic poster-sized pages from that catalog, and it's just like, man, you guys are going to be out of your minds happy to see that kind of product reveal. Just out of the blue, like Rick said, that rumor had been floating around that there weren't going to be any after next month, and then all of a sudden, what is it, 40 figures there?
Every bit of it.
It's like, holy cow, those guys are going to be beside themselves happy.
But you'll notice they didn't tell you where to buy any of it.
Well, no.
They said
the only one they said was the Moss Man was going to be a Walmart exclusive. That's the only one they said was going to be.
Hopefully, you guys can get it online.
Yeah, I remember that, the Moss Man.
Yeah. I mean, because they actually released him a few months ago at one of the cons, and I had already said he was a Walmart exclusive.
every Walmart I have in this area that I go to are still jammed right to the top shelf with stuff from way before Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like nothing sold at Christmas. I've never really actually seen anything quite like it. I don't foresee Walmart getting anything new for a very long time. Not in this area because there's no shelf space for it, and
Well, I don't
none
know.
of this is being put on clearance.
I don't know. Yeah, that's it. It's like why not? But I don't understand why. Because when the Baroness was out as a Target exclusive, she come with that bike. Most people didn't care anything about that bike. They
No,
want that Baroness figure because that's a Baroness figure. And we had a
That's right.
distro. And everybody was complaining that they couldn't get her, and you couldn't buy her on secondary market because that's just ridiculous. We just talked about how ridiculous that is. And that's like, but now no one buys her.
no.
And she's, I'm like $22. I'm like, I thought you wanted her. What? I
Yeah,
mean, what?
I know.
What happened?
I
don't
know. I
The
don't know.
problem is, I've done retail management. It has a computer system. You buy a product, that computer keeps a tally. And when that tally hits a certain number, it reorders.
Right.
Now, because of the way that those lines it probably doesn't order a certain one. It just reorders a piece from the line.
Right.
They're a little bit more specific than like Walgreens. Walgreens, their figures don't even have individual SKUs or anything. It's just blah. You don't know what you're going to. But if people aren't buying them and they're not clearancing them, they're going to sit there and the system will not order them.
Exactly
No
right.
department manager is going to order something they've already got stacks of.
Oh, yeah. Right.
That's what I don't understand about the classified figures, though. There's several Walmarts in my area that's got a slot for classified. A few of them still have the movie figures, but the majority, like my local Walmart, has a slot for them, but they have not gotten any since the Bat Alley Viper wave. And there's been 2 other waves since then. Why are they not ordering them? Because it's empty. There's nothing there.
Because they don't order the system reorders and it goes by the sales. And if it's not selling, and the worst thing about it is after a certain time, it would kick it off the schematic. And then they won't even have a slot for it. And that's got nothing to do with the store itself as much as the computer says this product must be discontinued by manufacturers, blah, 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 blah. I used to have that problem, when I was in retail management. They wouldn't send us stuff like we don't care that anymore. I'm like, yeah, I do. I can't keep it in. And then it goes a long time without getting new product. Then he goes, oh, it's not selling. Like, no, you ain't sent me none since I sold out 4 months ago.
Right, exactly.
And it's that whole balance thing because, like I said, no department manager is going to order G.I. Joes when there's 40 Lady J's and Baronesses already up there because they see, well, there's G.I. Joes. We don't need no more G.I. Joes.
See, both of the Walmarts I've got here, the peg space for the individual box figures is gone. They have the carded figures all the way down with just 2 pegs for them at the very end of the aisle. Both of them have. And there are Lady J's, Baronesses, Gung Ho's, and Destros up the wazoo, right? They're on the shelf base. They're up on the overhead shelf because there's not room enough for just 2 pegs, and none of them are selling. So I'm looking at this going, Storm Shadow and Zartan are never going to see a peg in this store. That Crimson Guard is never going to see a peg in either one of these stores because I guarantee you when those get released, those figures are still going to be sitting there because those Lady J's and the Baronesses have been sitting there since before Christmas. The Destro and the Gung Ho are new additions to the clutter, but they're not moving either. I don't get it.
My Walmart's got a whole case of Gung Ho's and a whole case of Destros when there was still 12 or 13 Lady J's and Baronesses hanging on there. And
exactly.
Those are gone now. The Gung Ho's and Destros are gone. I have 2 Walmart within 20 minutes of me, and they both was the same way.
That's good.
There's no Destros, no Gung Ho's at all. But there's still the Lady J's and the Baronesses, which they're on clearance aisle now.
They won't move that stuff here.
$17, something like that.
I do the Jurassic World stuff. That first wave of Jurassic World figures that came out for the movie last June are still sitting there in mass numbers at both of the Walmarts. They haven't. I don't think they've sold maybe 100 of the 1,000. I swear that they got. So there's no hope that they're going to see any of the new waves that have come out since that movie. It's been almost a year. That stuff is still sitting there in huge numbers.
Well, mine's just now got where they're clearancing out those Buzz Lightyear figures that's been sitting there.
Yeah, that's even longer than Jurassic World.
But the thing I don't get, and I understand what Rick was saying because that was my understanding. If they don't sell, then they're not going to replace them. But at my local Walmart, when the very first wave come out with Roadblock, Scarlet, and Snake Eyes and all those, they got 1 or 2 cases. They sold just like that. There was a Scarlet that hung there for about 3 weeks, and I went ahead and bought it just to get it off of there, thinking, well, they'll get more in. They say, I know they do away. There's not even a peg for them.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Then when the Bat and Alley Viper wave comes out, they got in like over a period of 2 months, they got in 3 cases. I'd go in there and I'd buy. I left a couple to start off with, and they was still there when I went back. So I just started buying all of them because I wanted the Bats and Alley Vipers anyway.
Sure.
There was maybe one gung ho that hung around there for maybe another month, and then finally it disappeared. And they've had a place for them ever since then, but they've never filled it back up, and that was back last summer.
Yeah, and I think the movie figures kind of burned us on that because, man, those sat for months. I mean, those.
See, they never even got the movie figures at my.
Oh, wow, that's weird.
I've still got movie figures in Decatur.
We've still got movie figures here. Yeah. The Target over here still has movie figures.
Yeah,
that came out in 2020. It's been like 2 years.
It's 2 years.
I don't think Russellville has any of the movie figures left, but I know Haleville has maybe a Storm Shadow and a Baroness, and that's it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they did have 4 or 5 of each of them, and I don't know what happened to them. Someone must have decided they liked them.
The only figure out of that whole line that sold was the Scarlet.
But she's a good figure.
I managed to. I did grab one of those because I wanted the head. So I mean, but
you got all those, Shane. You collect that whole bunch, didn't you, Shane? I found you a couple, right?
Yeah, I got all the movie figures. Yeah. The Kiko isn't a bad figure either.
No,
a lot of people got her and customized her into a Jinx.
Nope.
That's what she should have been.
Exactly right.
But I mean, that's what a lot of people done with her. They got her and made a custom Jinx with her. And I've seen a few that look really good. But I'm with John though. One of my Walmarts, the Russell Walmart didn't get no Bats or Alley Vipers at all that I can remember. But the Haleville Walmart got probably 5 or 6 cases of them. Yeah. And as soon as they hit the shelves, either I bought them or someone else bought them. Because there is literally 6 gung hos from that case still hanging on the pegs in Haleville Walmart.
So I mean, Walmart in Hartselle got a case, and they went straight to clearance.
Yes, that's crazy.
They don't have
that's weird.
For it. Yeah. So when they got in, went to clearance. I caught it right when it put out. And that's how I got that whole second wave through. And only. I got them cheaper because they went right to clearance. Never even made it to the regular shelf.
See, it's so strange. Distribution is so strange because I mean, I could buy all the Bats that I wanted without any issue at all. Mm-hmm. I ended up with 1 Alley Viper. I never saw the Red Ninja in a large department store. I got mine at a Walgreens, and it's the only one I ever saw.
I got extra Alley Vipers if you need them.
I do too.
Yeah, I'm going to end up getting a couple more, and I will end up trying to get a couple more Red Ninjas. It's like I was using the wrong terms the other day in that post with the infantry. That's the only one of those I was ever able to get. But the officers, I could have bought a legion of those Cobra officers.
Oh yeah.
But the regular infantrymen, nope. It doesn't. The distribution is very weird.
And see, I never saw any of the infantry anywhere in any Walmart or Target. I got mine from a toy store that was in Tuscumbia that has now went out of business. But he had 3 of them. And I bought all 3 for his regular price.
Oh, good for you.
So I mean, I got all 3 of them. I think I sold 1 to Corey, and did I get 1 to you, Rick? I can't remember, but I believe so.
Yeah,
I never saw them. I had had Toy Bros hooking me up because I never I never saw them. So
I think I got a couple extra Cobra officers if anybody needs them. I got one that's got 2 right feet.
well, those Python officers stuff, my Target restocked this morning, so there's plenty of Recondo and those Python officers.
Yeah, you know what? I said I wasn't going to buy them, and I didn't. And then I decided I was going to buy them because there wasn't going to be anything until September. And sure enough, that's when they all evaporated. And that's exactly how it worked. But I'm not all that upset about it.
Why don't you determine to buy all the movie figures and maybe they'll all vanish?
That's a great idea. Yeah, exactly.
Did you hear that, Hasbro? Dave's buying all the movie figures.
Get us something on the
Put them
show.
on quick. Put them on quick.
Jeez. I don't know, man. How many of you guys got the Zartan from San Diego 2 years ago?
Not me.
Did you get one?
Well, of course Shane got them.
I got mine at Total Nostalgia.
Oh, okay.
I got mine from them.
I got mine from Pulse, but they would only let you get one.
Yeah.
I mean, most of them were limited to 2, but that was only limited to 1. So
I remember that day, and it was a struggle, and my order would not go through. I mean, I was Johnny on the spot right there, and it was one of those times where that order was just not going to go through. And now it's what, $160.
I want
when
the
you can find one.
Coming out. I want this new Walmart exclusive. I think the new Walmart exclusive that's coming out, I think it's more cartoon accurate stuff.
Is it the chameleon? Is it the chameleon though?
No.
Is it color change?
I don't care about. I'm not gonna.
Oh, come on.
None of that matters. I want the figure.
I mean, I got the boxed one, and I like him very much. It's just I wanted that color change, and I just can't. I have to say,
the only thing about the San Diego con though, he's got to get cold to change color.
Oh, it's the opposite.
Yeah, he don't get hot. He gets cold. You can put him in the fridge, and man, he will change like that.
Huh?
But you put him in the sun, and nothing. Yeah.
You gotta wonder why they forget this technology.
I don't know.
Was there something toxic about that? They never told us.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Hey,
the EPA won't let them use it.
It did have that kind of, I don't know, it had a funny look to it, the original.
It did. Yeah.
Like a almost like a clear plastic look or something.
Yeah, translucent, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Probably had lead in it or something, so it made it change color.
Yeah, probably did.
It didn't kill us then, it ain't gonna kill us now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe while we're all half crazy. I don't know.
Half.
Being generous with half, really.
And maybe why people are paying $1,200 for Big Lock.
I'm not
yeah, right.
They played a little Zartan when they was a kid.
You'll walk around with a Zartan in their mouth, and next thing you know.
I'm not that
Did you chew on your? I can see it now. Alex Shannara doing an ad. Did you chew on your GI Joe when you were a kid?
Call me, Alabama.
Yeah, right.
Did you play with Zartan at Camp Lejeune? If you did.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
Wow.
Dreadnoughts. Tasty.
Jeez. I was just going to ask you guys
Tastes
something
like
else.
grape soda. That's why it was blue.
The Ninja Force that come out in the 90s, now those were, you had to dip them in water to change colors on them, didn't you? I think.
They were already weird colors anyway, weren't
Ninja,
they?
you talking about the
Yeah, they were kind of washed out, like, and you dipped them in water.
Yeah. It was Eco Force, wasn't it?
like
Like
Eco Force.
It was the second round of Ninja Force that come out like in 93 or 94.
Huh.
You had Buddha. See who else was it? It was I think it was a Storm Shadow and the Snake Eyes, and
I don't even remember that.
Jabang.
Eco Force coming out, and they had the little water guns. The back.
yeah, and the Eco Force, you could spray water on them, and it would show the splatters would show up.
Yeah. I don't know that.
I didn't know that either.
That's why we have our historian, G.I. John.
Exactly
Yeah,
right.
John. John for the rest of
When he ain't coughing, he can talk.
Don't get him laughing.
There he goes.
Yeah, it was. Hold on, let me see if I can get it here. Shadow Ninjas was what they were called in '94.
Oh,
See how they're kind of
those. I didn't know they did that. That's awesome.
That's
they're a little
cool.
bit kind of a watch. See that, especially this one on the end over here is kind of washed out. But when
Yeah.
I think the colors get brighter when you dip them in water or something. Like that.
Do they sell for $1,300 a piece too?
No, they don't. I don't think so. Well, I don't know. I hadn't priced them lately. If they are, those will probably be on eBay before the end of the night.
Yeah, don't tell Nancy.
Yeah, don't tell Nancy.
Yeah. I got these later in life because, like I said, I wasn't collecting at the time, and
I mean, neither. That's probably why I didn't know nothing about them.
yeah. Okay, here's a closer version that's showing the difference between them before and after. See,
Oh wow, that's a big difference.
That's a
Oh,
big
awesome. Before,
And,
after.
all their accessories, even the stand was a clear plastic, translucent.
Oh, wow.
There were different colors, but they were translucent.
Wow.
crazy.
What in the
I was
world
trying to
would
read,
we
see.
ever do without yojo.com?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
that's my go-to if I don't have my books handy.
I know.
It's actually a little quicker than my books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The book's got to thumb through them and find them.
Yeah, I can't zoom in on the picture because it's so blurry you can't really tell the instructions. But I want to say I think I remember saying you dipped them in water to make them change colors.
Cool.
I didn't ever know about that.
Nice.
Because ninjas they like to fight in the water. I guess.
Oh, they do. Yeah, they definitely.
Is the Buddha white on there, John?
Yeah, he looks white, but when you dip him in water, he turns blue.
Well, see, I've got a white Buddha, and I never even knew that.
No, this is a Bushido.
Oh, Bushido.
Bushido,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, with the horns.
Got the
Yeah.
horns, yeah.
Yeah, I always just called him Buddha.
Yeah, his first release was just white, blue and white, I think. Blue with white trim or something, if I remember right.
Brown and red, I believe, was it not?
Wait a minute. Now that was Buddha. That was Buddha. That was
Okay.
brown and red.
There is a Buddha and a Bushido. Okay, I didn't know
Right. Yeah, there are two different characters.
that. Okay.
Yeah, this is let's see. Yeah, this was the 93 one, the first year.
All right, that's the one I
You
have.
know, yeah.
It's
Huh,
white
cool.
and blue. Yeah, that's the one I have. Was that the Ninja Force stuff?
That was Ninja Force, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's the one
And
I have.
then apparently those are Shadow Ninjas, so I guess they were supposed to be like invisible until you dipped them in water, and then they would get darker colors or something.
Well,
I have all of those invisible figures. I'll sell them to you for $1,300 a piece.
Yeah, sort of like
They're right here.
sort of like the 13 figure Legion of Superheroes that Matty Collector did that had
Yes.
the empty
Yeah,
slot.
exactly right.
Kid.
Yeah.
The empty slot. Yep.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was actually awesome.
Try selling that to somebody and explaining to them that there's not actually a figure supposed to be
Right.
there.
Yeah. I remember that. They were
Well, this
people
is
flipping
recent
out
one.
over
It's
that.
not complete.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it's-
they were calling customer service complaining, but
Yeah.
that was the gimmick, that invisible figure. It was an empty slot in this
Mhm.
huge box set.
Yeah.
It was really kind of cool, but
Yeah, I seen a package of John Cena package like that. It was,
So,
yeah,
I couldn't see it.
you couldn't see me. That's it.
That was the G.I. Joe line Ninja Force that had like the legs that would kick or the arms that do the
Probably action features. Right?
They really got for the kids. Yeah, I mean, it really shifted. So plus, as we've talked about before, when we were younger, the platform was soldiers, patriotism, all that. President Reagan, it was a whole big. It was just the whole life. G.I. Joe fit in with our life and everything we saw around us.
Yeah.
By the time the '90s rolled around, it was almost, almost like the anti-war protests of Vietnam. It was like, we're done with this, we're done with that, and so we didn't want to hear about patriotism and stuff. And everything went ninjas, movies, everything like that.
It's
either
sold.
ninjas or zombies. So
It's sold.
and then you had Ninja Zombies. So,
I remember when Battle Force 2000 came out. In my mind, maybe because it's just coincidentally at the same time I was done collecting Joes. I think that's when the line changed. It really, really started straying far afield from anything that was realistic military.
Right.
And then you had all that Eco Force and Toxo Vipers, and I remember seeing all of that stuff. I wasn't buying it anymore. And then, of course, the Ninja Force, where everything was neon green and pink, and it's just like, wow, what did you guys do to this?
Well, that's when I got out of it. When they started going to all the neon colors and stuff.
Yeah.
The problem is there was good figures in that, like
I
Colonel
don't doubt it.
Colonel Courage, and others. Barricades. There was good figures in that
Yeah.
mix amongst all the. And I like the DEA thing, the drug enforcement, the little subline that had that, you know, and it even made a couple of good cartoons on stuff. I mean, it's like they turned the PSA into a toy line, and you know, a couple of episodes. I mean, that was all fine and good, but yeah,
Right.
by then they. And wasn't that about the time that they relaunched the Star Wars again with the prequels and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
95.
95.
Yeah, Power of the Force was 95. So
they started trying to compete with Star Wars again. You know,
yeah, which was a losing battle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because even the Star Wars figure at that time was a lot buffer and everything. They were all built like Roadblock.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. I think. I mean, all in all, I think we got it pretty good with this classified line. I really do. I love these figures. I really do. I will tell you the one stinker in the bunch. No, there's been two. That Pimp Daddy Destro. I do not have him, and I will never have him because that is the most ridiculous thing ever. And we're talking about some pretty ridiculous stuff here. And I canceled. I made the executive decision. I canceled my pre-order for Falcon. I just can't do it. I just can't. I was going to get ahead, swap it out, you know, and if I see one at retail, I might cave, but I canceled it. I just couldn't do it.
He's a solid figure, but I could not get that lipstick to come off, and I tried to scratch it off and wound up goofing up the head sculpt and everything. Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't know what they're putting that on there with, but it don't play.
I swear, you know, everybody was complaining that Corey guy got fired as the main sculptor, and I really wonder if that figure didn't have something to do with that. That was either the last straw or his revenge or something, because that thing is just terrible. Yeah. I mean, compared to everything else that they've put out, I mean, come on, what is that mess? That's just weird.
Well, I mean, he did a bunch of other sculpts, though. I mean,
come on, Dave. You know Pimp Destro's awesome.
That's just horrible. Leopard skin and all. Jeez. Holy crap.
I got mine posed with Baron Zemo because they kind of match.
Oh, yeah.
the Walgreens Baron Zemo.
That's just horrible.
He was always a weird character.
Horrible. I mean, no. I'm not doing it. I refuse. Nope, refuse.
But my thing on the cover girl, I think they could have done better on her face sculpt because she's supposed to be a model,
right?
You know, but it wasn't bad, but I think it could have been better. You know, considering she's supposed to be like a supermodel before she become a Joe but Falcon, I don't understand the lipstick. I mean, I don't know why they would. I don't know why they done that. I mean,
Pimp Stro. Jeez.
Yeah, well, I've seen a lot of people do some head swaps of some of the female figures from Marvel Legends that look a little bit more comic book accurate or whatever, girl and stuff. So, you know, I they're getting away from. I know we try to avoid all this on this show, but they're getting away of making these figures too feminine. The bust sizes are getting smaller. They don't have any kind of curves or hourglass kind. You know, it's like, and even Lady J, which I think everybody that watched the dang cartoons kind of had a crush on the cartoon. She looks old and a bit masculine. I mean, it's like that's not Lady J, you know, and stuff. So The only one I think they really captured, really, the Baroness, I like. I think she looks like the Baroness, but, the glasses and stuff like that. But Scarlet, they dropped the ball with Scarlet.
So far, yeah.
Now, the movie one, I think they went after an actress's look with that.
Yes, right.
And they did the same face print and stuff, but because they had actual 3D person to do it, turned out better than them trying to render this stuff from a comic book into the 3D world. But of course, I'm in groups where you still got people going 3 3/4 is still the best. I'm like, it's
to me, if they would have done the Baroness with the round rim glasses like she's supposed to have, the glasses she comes with looks like something from the 60s. The pointy,
the horn rim.
And I saw a guy in one of the other groups. He took the movie Baroness, the head, and put the the Claire Temple from the Claire and Luke Cage 2-pack. He put her hair on the movie Baroness and 3D printed some round glasses and put on it, and it looked really good. It looked like the Baroness from the from the show and the cartoon and all that. But
well, maybe they just wanted their glasses to look like something from Austin Powers movie or something.
That's kind of what it looked like. Yeah.
So maybe I should do a picture like that because I got an Austin Powers figure.
There you go.
Just for fun. Let's do this just for fun. And it is just for fun.
We're gonna get in trouble for this one.
Rumors. Yep. What have you heard for rumors?
I heard don't tell nobody. Shane's been kicking kids in the toy aisle.
That's no rumor.
That's a fact.
That's fact.
He said rumors, not facts.
Oh, oops, sorry.
I'll say it. The rumor about the zombies and stuff. Have y'all seen that?
Yes.
And the female range viper, Eve. Is that what?
Yeah, that one's been. Yeah, that's debunked.
I don't know, man. Those are.
Evia happened.
I mean, it may happen, but
I easy.
The one that's come out
would be easy.
Is there now? I don't.
I ain't heard about the zombies that come out with zombie vipers.
Well, they're talking about it.
That's the rumor. Yes.
Rumor.
I like them zombie vipers.
That's what I was talking with Corey earlier. He said he didn't remember zombies, but I remember zombies later on.
It was in the 90s.
Yeah,
it had to have been in the 90s.
It was the Toxo Viper that come with the Eco Force, and then they done a Toxo Viper, but like one of his shoes was missing and one of his gloves, and it was zombified. And I think part of it, if I remember right, part of his helmet was like busted off, and you can see like part of the zombie face.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rick.
They made a whole thing where you had the I don't remember their names now, but they carried the Z virus with them and stuff like that. You had those, and then you had the zombie vipers and everything. I loved all that.
That was with the 25th anniversary, right?
Right.
Yeah, and then later on, it's like you can tell. Well, there's my custom there. I just kind of did.
Cool. That's cool.
Stuff. So, but yeah, that was I like that line. I did. The figures look good. I've still got. I don't say that about many, but I've still got 2 of them in the package. Minty fresh. So
cool.
And I got a horde of them open.
First thing.
What?
Let them toys breathe, Rick.
Let them breathe.
The zombies are already dead.
Yeah, they're zombies, Steve. But they were easily customizable because, like with the G.I. Joe movie figures and stuff, the body armor and stuff come off, so you could turn them into all kind of stuff. But it was, I like the line. I think it really broke into a lot of creativity.
Even the Renegades series, didn't they touch on the zombies too? Also, I believe.
I don't remember.
I think they did. I think you're right.
I think they did. Yeah, right there at the end, I believe.
That's a nice cross country there.
That's nice.
Yeah, he was one of my characters and stuff. I really liked him.
You covered up that racist stuff, didn't you?
They did.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything's racist nowadays.
Everything.
Everything. So by default.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
Yeah, we
yeah,
got.
I heard.
Yeah. I like
I
that line. I hope they give us some 6-inch.
That's
Long.
that's one of the rumors that's floating. The
Yeah.
rumor that I heard the other day was we're supposedly going to get a red Crimson Guardsman twins and Baroness. Those are quick, easy repaints. So
Oh, yeah.
you know what? That one kind of makes sense.
Well, you'll have the Crimson Vipers too to go with them.
Yeah.
All you got to do is paint them red.
Exactly. Right.
They can even do the fuchsia variant like the convention sets.
Yeah. So I it'd be interesting next 12 months, I guess. I haven't heard a lot of other rumors other than that. I have heard nothing about another HasLab project other than the whole, Dragonfly thing that popped up a few months ago.
I don't think we'll hear anything about a HasLab till after the hiss is to its date and started getting sent out.
Yeah, if they do it again at Christmas time, a lot of people are just going to give up because.
Yeah.
Well, if they were smart, they would do their HasLabs right now.
Exactly. Tax time.
Tax time.
Exactly.
HasLabs now. People are going to buy then.
Exactly. I don't know what.
All the year, you're getting close to the end of the year and everything, and people are scrapping for money, getting ready for Christmas, Thanksgiving, things like that.
I mean, even in August when they've been doing it, I mean, you're talking about people's just coming off the summertime, done spending on summer vacations,
back to school expenses.
Yep.
Well, look, I've been upset about it for a while, but I really have just kind of accepted the fact that I am never going to have a classified hiss. It's not going to happen. It hit. There was just no way we could have $300 sitting in limbo for a year at that point when they did the campaign. And
I sold a HasLab Sentinel so I could afford it.
Yeah.
What the timing was lousy. The Sky Striker, I got to tell you, I'm kind of happy that I didn't bite on that at this point.
Me too.
But the hiss is going to be stuck in my craw for a long, long time because I'm sorry, Hasbro's timing on that just flat out sucked.
Oh
yeah. It was terrible. It was tone deaf. They really don't understand their customer base to be doing that. Now, with that said, I got to tell you, I literally financed that Batwing and the Batmobile for the Flash movie. Because
that wing is huge.
That sucker's 34 inches. It's a 34-inch wings for 7-inch figures. That Batmobile's 22 inches long.
Yeah.
I had to because
I just wished it'd been a 2-seater.
I agree.
I mean, why do the Batwing and to scale when you don't do the Batmobile?
Because I think they had to get it in at that $60 price point.
Yeah.
And those pre-orders are sold out. The Batmobile is long since sold out.
Oh
yeah. So looking at $250 for that Batwing, and looking at the $300 for the hiss and all of the figures that thing's coming with, plus the extra kit for the tank itself, I got to tell you, $300. Anybody that's griping about $300 for that thing at this point in time is crazy, because
and it's got all the lights and stuff.
The lights and it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. You easily got $100 just in the 4 figures. If you $25 a pop,
just $25 a piece now.
They're individually
you're right
boxed,
there,
numbered,
and the Cobra Commander is going to be on a retro card. So
yeah, I mean, you're talking about a lot more than $25 a figure. So
mine's going to come off that card real quick.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, that one, and I don't think I'm by myself on that either. There's a lot of people that missed out on that. I don't care. The campaign went for a month and stuff, but still, there's just some people just can't do that. And you got to be careful with your timing. That was just really, really out of touch on Hasbro's part, if you ask me.
Corey says, rumor is double jointed elbows for women Joes. I've not heard that one, Corey.
Already got them.
That's what I was thinking.
There's something there, but I'm
I
not going
think
there.
Cover Girl has
Yeah, so does
right?
Yeah,
only Baron. I think only the Baroness doesn't have double jointed elbows.
yeah, I think so too.
I don't know. I never really looked.
Corey been sniffing too much paint again.
He's been doing all that facial paint.
Yeah.
Getting right up there close. Holy crap.
And we ain't even talking about painting the figures yet. We're just,
You're right. Oh, man.
put down the Cover Girl, Corey.
Yeah. Step away from the paint.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, that one will forever be stuck in my craw because I just looking at them now. These guys are asking, they're getting $950 for these stupid his tags.
Yeah, and
Which
if you
is-
go on eBay, these people are selling them now, and you still got what 4 or 5 months to go before it's released.
Yeah, at least.
And eBay apparently has a policy that if the product doesn't ship in a certain amount of time, they're going to cancel the stuff. And if you bought that, then are you not
You
out
don't
of
have-
money on that?
You don't
You're
have buyer
only,
protection, right?
yeah, you only have buyer protection, I think, for 30 days. Or something.
Exactly.
Yeah. John pointed it out to somebody here not too long ago that that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buying
I would
pre-orders
definitely-
now.
Sink my
And-
money in eBay for 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
And if you wait, when they first come out, they'll jump up, then they'll
Yeah.
kind of dip, and then they'll go back up. What you want to wait is for that little dip. And
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, but what's that dip going to be?
Right.
500? I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, $500-$600? So, yeah, I mean, it's, it is what it is, but I hope they're smart enough if they're going to do a HasLab, I don't know, some right off. Don't do it in the fall again. The fall is the absolute worst.
Right now is the perfect time to do it, in my
It
opinion.
is, but we're not hearing nothing. So,
Well, what's going to be funny is if the next HasLab is the Crimson Hiss with the Tomax and Zaymont and Baroness. They're all just repaints.
Oh, my
exactly.
God.
That wouldn't, yeah. Well, that's
I
the hard
still buy
thing.
one.
Pissed off people, man.
They made a lot of money
Man,
off of that. They made a lot of money off that, but there's a lot of money on the table, as Rick would say, still with all of that tooling. It's not the last we've seen of that his tank.
Because that's expensive. That tooling is
Big time.
expensive.
Yeah.
That design, everything between the engineers, the sculptors. I mean, they put out lots of money.
Right.
So when people talk about repaints, I hate repaints. But I'm like, yeah, well, they got to make money.
That's what pays the bills.
How many of those people's got multiple different colored his tanks?
Oh,
Probably every one of them plain.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I got my share of the,
I got a fleet of his things.
yeah.
So
But as me, people didn't complain about all the repaints when we were younger. You've got
They
a
didn't
crimson
notice.
tank, you've got just all different kinds of tanks, different all strikers, just everything, man.
But that was the difference when we were kids. These characters were released. You may not see that character again for 2 years.
exactly.
Right. So we're watching the cartoon, we're reading the comics, going, where in the heck where am I going to get a Duke? Where am I going to get a Roadblock? Well, guess what? When it shows back up, it's been repainted. But we were perfectly content because, hey, we finally got what it was that we wanted.
Well, I watched the show a while back. They kind of blamed on what kind of killed the Motu line back in the day because He-Man was in every show, but they quit producing He-Man figures.
Exactly.
So people didn't want toys. They kept producing all these other ones, which is fine, but I want a He-Man Skeletor.
Yep.
And then when they come back out with these origins, that's why they done He-Man and Skeletor in individual waves, because they said they were make sure that they were always on the pegs. Yep. And then it ended up clogging up all the pegs for nothing else.
Right. Exactly. Right.
Now they've gone back to they've got rid of all of them now.
Right.
And so,
but I'll tell you that Skeletor with the street figure is awesome.
Yeah.
There's no balance with them. It's like it's feast or famine.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That Skeletor they released or showed today with the Screech, that sucker looks good.
I did look at that. Yeah, I do know. Yeah, I did actually look at that one. That was pretty
cool. Posable lower jaw and stuff. Yeah, it was
pretty
really
cool.
Good.
Pretty cool. All right, what are you guys looking for this weekend? Are you going looking for something specific or just looking?
Toy wise, or talking about my personal life?
Well, either or. Either
What's the
or.
leg?
I mean, you know, hey, it's your money, buddy.
Hey, I support single moms. $1 at a time. Make it ring.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Y'all keep in mind, I have been awake since 4:30 yesterday afternoon. So
Well, yeah, that'll do it.
I get a little.
No, a little punch stroke. Yeah. Anything? Just look.
I don't think there's anything out. Is there?
Just for me, I'm browsing.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna look for a few.
I don't exchange money, so I can't afford to browse. So
It's my attention. Yeah, cheese and crackers.
Crackers. Crackers.
There's a couple 25th anniversary figures that I'd like to find loose, because they were all three of them actually came from that Assault on Cobra Island set, and John probably knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That set, if you want to buy the set that's got all 6 figures in it, that's like $250, $275 now, and I just want
to play with it.
There's just 3 figures that I want from that. If I found 1 or 2 of those, I think I'd be pretty happy camper. I have seen multiple comic 3-packs on issue 26, which is the Vietnam pack, Snake Eyes, Tommy, and Stalker. They still seem to be hovering right around $300.
Yeah. Wow.
I bought one, believe it or not, about 5 weeks ago. One popped up for $215 for a buy it now, and I couldn't snap that sucker up fast enough. Because I financed it. And you know what really ticked me off is it was because I was going to take it to Pensacon and have Larry Hama sign it.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to shadow box frame it with that artwork that I've got, right? Because I think that'd be cool. Sure enough, I'm waiting for a shipping confirmation. This lady calls me on the phone and told me who she was. And she said, I need to tell you something before I ship this. And I said, what's that? And she says, one of the corners is damaged. I said, that wasn't in the item description. And she said, no, it wasn't. But, you know, we figured people might think that because of the price. It's like, no, I didn't think that because of the price. You put things like that in the description.
Yep.
I said, send me a couple of pictures and I'll tell you what I want to do. She sent me a couple of pictures and it's just like, lady, this was supposed to be signed by Larry Hama and then framed. That's not acceptable.
Yeah.
And she goes, okay, I'll cancel it. It was still 2.5 weeks before she gave me my money back. But it's just that close. But I don't see spending that kind of money this weekend. But, you know.
She probably got it out to ship it and dropped it, and it landed right on the corner.
Probably some stupid thing like that. Yeah. So, I mean. But yeah, that was disappointing. But you know, I don't know. Now, apparently, I saw that.
Or John's cat paid her visit.
I see that Mr. Hama will be at Joe Fest this year, so we are tentatively planning on making it down there for that. So
I'm surprised they didn't have him at Toylanta because they usually have him at Toylanta.
Yeah, somebody said that he's actually recovering from some type of wrist surgery. So it's not, if he's not going to be signing anything, there's not much sense in him being there because that's how they make their money. So
right.
They
had him
money.
Which I don't think he ain't been to Toylanta since COVID because you know the first couple of years he wasn't doing any shows and stuff.
Right. Yeah. He kind of freaked out over COVID.
Yeah.
He really did. He kind of drank the Kool-Aid big time on that one. So
he did.
That whole drop the pen movement and all that, you know, where he was getting all these other artists to cease work and all this other stuff.
Well, what's funny is the majority of them work from home.
Oh, yeah, they still do. Yeah.
And then they send it and it gets checked. So I'm like, who are you going to get sick? Your computer?
Right.
It's not a computer virus. So.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But whatever, you know how that goes.
It's because people see what Hama does, and they're almost like our modern deities. Whatever they say, we just follow like little sheep.
Yeah.
Bah, bah. And so if Hama said it, he's such a good guy. He's been so supportive of me with G.I. Joe that he's been giving me he didn't give me toys either, but he's been giving me great stories and making me buy money and spend money and buy stuff.
Yeah. Who's been supporting who all these years?
Yeah. Funny how that works.
I think a lot of people kind of lost faith in him when he backed the Snake Eyes origin movie and talked about how good it was.
Yeah, what the heck was that? I mean,
he's a sellout. He's almost
paid to say that stuff, man.
I'm gonna get some hate because I think he's a sellout. Not at the level Mark Hamill is, but he's just It's like, hey, we need you to say this so we can help the sheep go back and run, of course, a little bit further towards the ledge. So,
see, that's the thing. I want to get his signature. Hey, Phil. Yeah, I want to get that. I want to get his signature on that 3-pack, not because it's Larry Hama. It's because I want that.
Right.
I just think it would be cool. I've never met the man. I will never meet him again. We're never going to be friends because I can tell you right now, politically, he and I would be at each other in the first 20 minutes if we just sat down to have a drink.
Well, if I had the opportunity, I'd have him sign his work and stuff too. I mean, he's still the creator of that. So,
but you're right. I mean, everything that he says does not go. Because, like I said, I don't forget that I've been supporting him all of these years, not the other way around.
Well, it's like we've said before, Hama and others like him have replaced the dad in households.
Yeah.
So they become role models, heroes, and almost deities to people. Right. And, and that's a failure of, I guess you could just say, of a lot of men that we've walked away from our responsibilities and let someone else raise our kids. So I don't know. I'll hush because we don't need to get off on that again.
Well, yeah, we don't. It's
fine. Last time I got talking about that, the audio messed up at the nerdy yard sale.
It got really messed up, matter of fact.
I could honestly, most of the time, I could honestly care less about getting autographs unless it, somebody special or something. But even then, it's usually because I know one day it'll be worth more money when I hate to say it, when they're gone, but I would rather, like hear some of the stories and things,
I agree. Right.
Like Sergeant Slaughter, when I got to meet him when we had that dinner, and he told us all kind of great stories, but he signed everything. I mean, he had cards, posters. I mean, I bet I got 10 different things signed by him. Just for attending that dinner, that was no extra charge.
Well, that's good. Robert's about the people. He's a good guy. So.
Yeah. But it was the stories what really meant something to me. I mean, to hear them, because they live a life that we'll never know. I mean, really,
for sure.
Yeah. And but just some of the things that that's what's interesting to me. And like Stan Lee, I mean, he, we got to hear some stories. He told stories at the HasCon, and it was great. I mean, things that you'll never hear, you'll never hear,
Right.
Let me share something with y'all. We're talking about Sergeant Slaughter, and if you go meet him, he's a super great guy. He's in pretty good health and everything for his age and all that kind of stuff. Years back, 2008, 2009, I was a heel commentator for wrestling. I got to meet a whole lot of the old wrestlers, and let me tell you, they are literally so beat up, bad shape that they probably eat a bottle of Motrin every day just to move.
Right.
So when you meet a wrestler that's gone through the same stuff but had enough sense to kind of be a clean life, stay off a lot of the coke and all that stuff, that builds I have a lot of respect knowing how he could have been.
Right.
So as far as people go, well, he was fake, not much a role model. The man himself is a role model, even without the G.I. Joe thing.
Exactly. Right.
He's a good premise to say, I'd rather be more like, him than, if you ever get to talking about crap Hogan and all these and stuff and Scott Halls and all that stuff. And I was a big Road Warriors fan, but Mike and his alcohol. It's like, And he could have went that way. He was right there with them, right in that clique. But no, he just took his own thing, you know. And I'm like, you got to respect that, because peer pressure is incredible. But he was strong enough to get through it.
Yeah.
You know,
and think about it. I mean, he had character enough to continue to work for WWF at the time for decades after he stopped his ring work. Yeah. I mean, he was doing stuff, you know, behind the scenes for the McMahons for a long, long time. That says a lot, because most of those guys, they get tired of them and they get rid of them because they just kind of get to be too troublesome or too expensive or both.
Yeah.
You know, so I've never met the man. Someday, maybe. Who knows?
I got a question for G.I. John. I run across something I don't remember. I know it's G.I. Joe. I don't remember what last. I will need more information so I can, because I think I'm missing a few parts. So John, tell me give me the lowdown on this so I can figure out the rest of my parts. What hydrofoil is that? I mean,
that's the Toys R Us Night Force.
Night Force, okay, yeah.
It come with a Night Force Flint and Beachhead figure. They didn't come with any accessories, but it didn't
come. I'm saying it come with the Beachhead. Yeah, I've seen it come with a shipwreck for some reason. I don't know. Okay,
that's an expensive piece right there.
Yeah, it come out in 2004, and that's one of the few vehicles from the Valor versus Vendor that I never saw in the stores.
Yeah,
that sucker's worth a lot of money. I saw a couple of those go lately. That was a lot of money.
I tried looking it up and I couldn't, and I'm going, okay, which figure goes with it? Now the stickers on it, I don't know. I hated the stickers on these and the edge and stuff and everything, but he's in good shape and everything. I don't remember what figures and stuff went with it, and I couldn't find no information. I'm like, John will know.
Wow, yeah.
So, anyways,
I was actually watching an auction not too long ago, one of the claim sales, that Rob Watson. I don't know if you guys have seen him before. He's in one of Yuli's groups. Yeah. He had one of those. Yeah. That the guy, I mean, it wasn't even complete. He snapped that sucker up for $600. It didn't even see camera time. Oh, yeah. It was just like somebody said, "Is that a Night Force?" And he said, "Yeah." And he goes, "What do you want for it?" And he said, $600. And he said,
I'm pretty sure I've still got the box. I mean, it's broke down and flat, but I couldn't. Everything's in separate places, but
the 2003, the blue and black hydrofoil convention piece. I mean, I could have bought. A guy had one at one of the shows, and he walked in the elevator with it. We were going down the show, and he had one in his hand. I thought, man, how much you want for that? And he said, I'll take $1,000 for it. But it had when it come out, there was an error. They didn't get all the pieces. So the engine and the engine cover were supposed to have been blue, but they were not. They just put in regular, I think, the dark gray. And then later they got the blue parts and sent out to a lot of the members that got one, or the people that attended the thing. And I've actually got 3 sets of the engines and the engine cover. I just don't have a hydrofoil. I got them when they done the rummage sale at the end of the Joe Cons. They do a rummage sale, which they'd have just parts and stuff, and they'd have extra pieces and things. Wow. And I got them, so I got them parts. But yeah, I mean, I think that same guy that you was talking about, I think he had one of those, and I can't remember. I think he sold it for like $800 or something.
It was a lot, yeah. I think you're right.
And I did get the Tiger Force one from the 2005. And I'm glad I got it, because it's gone crazy too. I think I hadn't even looked at it lately, but
I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but it just seems like the sales are almost constant now, and there's some stuff going up for sale that, I mean, there's some really smoking deals out there right now, because everybody's starting to feel it now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people this economy is killing them, and they're just starting to unload stuff.
Yep, because they have to.
Yeah.
Sad but true.
Yeah.
So maybe someday I will have a hiss. I say no, but you never know. I mean, might be down to $150 by the end of the summer, you know.
I've seen some guys saying they was going to sell their extras for $450, $500. So you should be able to get one pretty easily if you want.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's nothing but money, man. I mean, you know how that goes.
Take it with you.
I don't have it to,
you know. You're gonna have to go out there and show some leg or something, Dave.
Oh, that's gonna get me even more trouble.
Yeah, with your neighbors and all.
They're really long, but they ain't that great. I mean,
Then we'll be starting to go fund me for
Hey.
Baby's bail money. So
That OnlyFans stuff, they don't care what you do. I get on there, Dave.
oh,
We'll let you have it for 200 if you put your pants leg back down.
yeah. There's got to be somebody that's into surgical scars, right? I could probably make a fortune off that.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, that's disgusting. That's enough of that.
Hey, I want to tell you this. I'll tell you this story because I know you guys from around Decatur. So back last May or June, I had to go to there's a glass blower over in Decatur that made some parts for us where I work at, and I had to go over there and give him the pattern. And so while I was over there, I think it was only like 15 more miles to the Target over there. And I went into the Target, looked around, and come back out. And this girl, I seen her talking to somebody in the vehicle next to me, and I heard him say no, and she comes. And I thought, well, I'm trying to get in because she was wanting something. And sure enough, she caught me before I got in the vehicle. And apparently they run out of gas, and she and I was like 2 hours from home. I was trying to get back home because I was trying to be back home by a certain time. And she said, "Can you take my husband over to the gas station right over the road and to get some gas?" And I said, I can take him over right quick and drop him off, but I said he'll have to find a way back. And I said, because I got to get home. She said, well, how's he gonna get back? I said, I don't know, but I said I'm offering to at least take him there. Which I didn't know at the time. The gas station probably wasn't 2 blocks away. I mean, he could have walked anyway.
Yeah.
But so she said, okay. So he comes over and gets in, and he's a little skinny guy with about 3 teeth, and he just looks like he's been beat to a pulp, I mean, just a little bitty skinny guy. I don't know what, And so we start over there to the gas station. He starts telling me, he says, man, he said, I got a lot of great ideas, make me a lot of money. I said, you do you? And he said, yeah. He said, Decatur said, we ain't got no good strip club for women around here. And I'm sitting there thinking, oh, Lord. And he said, I'm going to become a stripper. And I said, oh, God, please don't. No, Father. I said, I can't. No, please don't. And I'm sitting here thinking about, oh, gosh. I'm sitting here just trying not to crack up. He said, yeah. He said, I'm going to be a stripper. And he said, then he went on to tell me, he said, yeah. He said, you seen this, what do you call it? The driving service, Uber. But he said, I'm going to call it Tuber. And it's going to be you video while you're taking the ride and then post it on YouTube. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, where's this gas station at? Am I ever going to get over there? and then, then we get over there because I'm sitting here, because that's what got me thinking about it. I'm sitting here thinking, you're going to be a stripper. I said, they're going to pay you to put your clothes back on because, so then we get over. He said, yeah. And he said, here's my best idea. He said, I'm gonna have. You seen these food trucks, right? He said, a lot of people don't have gun stores in their hometowns and all. He said, I'm gonna have it's like a food truck, but I'm gonna go around selling guns to them. And I said, you got a winner right there. You need to hang on to that one. I said, I won't be telling nobody about that. I said, that's a good one right there. Oh, and fortunately, we got to the gas station. I let him out, and I laughed. I bet I laughed all the way back to Gadsden. I was like, "Oh Lord!"
So he only missed one word. He was actually going to be a stripper pole.
Yeah. I mean, it was little skinny. He probably wasn't 5'6", maybe at the best. And
it's one of those guys who's so skinny he's got to run around in the shower to get wet, right? Stands under the clothesline for shade. Striped pajamas with one stripe. Oh, them stupid old skinny jokes.
He kind of reminded me of that cartoon character. He had like one big tooth right in the middle. you know the character I'm talking about. I can't think of his name, but that's kind of what he reminded me of. And I'm like, okay. I don't know what I done. I guess I don't know. I guess the good Lord thought I needed a good life that day or something.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, that was my trip to Decatur, my most memorable one. Didn't find anything at Target, but I did get a good laugh.
Jeez.
Except for barbecue. I think they had a bunch of barbecues.
Yeah,
They don't even have those.
I've got that newest barbecue. I ain't opened it or nothing. I just don't. Not forceful, whatever it is.
What is it? They do Mad Marauders.
Mad Marauders. I don't know. I'm not all that mad about it. So
that was the best head sculpt out of the 4 that they did.
Huh?
That was the best head sculpt out of the 4 figures that they did. It was flawless.
I don't know. The paint app could be better on the Outback, but I love that head sculpt. I think they did good. They put a wash on the beard and the hair and stuff. I think it's a pretty solid figure. So I'm happy with it. But.
Yeah, I think so. That makes sense.
But yeah, the Falcon needed some,
I just don't know. I don't know how that thing slid through. I really don't. That's just bad.
It's not that bad. I've seen pictures with it without the lipstick, and he's not that bad. It's something about that bringing out because they sculpted him big lips.
Yeah,
so he got the big lips, and I'm like, and then when you put the makeup on it, he's like fabulous lips, and just should have gave him some eyeshadow and stuff. Then we could have made him more, add him to the alphabet community, So
we would have had a Boy George.
Yeah, and
right.
So, but. It's just I don't know. They just messed up on it, so I don't know.
We could have codenamed him Chameleon.
And then
Karma Chameleon.
and when you add that to it, it's basically a plain figure. The camouflage is almost. You really got to. It just looks dark green. It's so faded. You can't tell it's really camouflage. It looks. I don't know. That's the big disappointment over there. Probably one of the most popular figures in that line, especially after that movie and characters, Lieutenant Falcon. And then they finally give you one, and it's like, no. So I don't know.
I don't know what that was. Yeah, it's very strange. I don't know.
I've seen where people were darkening up the camo on it to make it look better.
Well, it needs to lighten up because his original was green and brown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff. So it was like to the point that, I don't know. I try not to complain because it's a $20 figure, but still, I'm like, you had one job, Hasbro.
I still haven't even pre-ordered them or anything. The whole way, I still haven't even touched it yet.
Yeah. I ordered from place from Canada. So got the way,
CUCM something.
Yeah.
CRM.
They did really good. There was like $10 more than Big Bad Toy Store. The shipping was like $12. It was here in a week from Canada. I mean, but they don't ship from Canada; they ship from New York.
Yeah.
So it's like
just over the border.
I had no problem with it at all, easy peasy, and I had figures in my hand, and so I'll definitely do business with them again, and sure enough, suggest other people too, because like. They even followed up with me to ask if sure everything was okay if I was happy stuff. So I'm like, yeah, man. Yeah. So cool. I'm totally good with that. So
nice.
So what was that website? CRM what?
Toys. Yeah.
CRM Toys, I think what it was.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and their prices are listed in US dollars. So and the prices were only maybe $1 or $2 more than, like I said, Big Bad Toy Store. I compared it to, and if you don't count the like almost $4 for the exchange fee, I spent like $15 more than I would at Big Bad Toy Store.
Right.
And I've already got them. So I'm like, I'm cool with that. So
cool.
We lost John again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's having a coughing fit there. He's probably done for the night.
Well, he didn't close his cam. He just kind of went off. So I don't know if he's
Oh, he didn't close it? Oh, okay. I don't know.
I don't know if he's done or anything like that, but just because he's not here and Shane really loves this picture and y'all going to giggle You just need to see. That's what's wrong with John. Now John would be like, "What did you do when I was gone?" Nothing.
Nice. So I guess I don't know. I guess we've kind of run it dead tonight, haven't we?
Yeah, I want to show the shirt real quick before we get off
Oh
here.
yeah. Do that.
But this is Dave's here. It's the small one, so
Yeah,
I
right.
took up the whole camera.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
well, real good. I think it's a real good job on them.
Well, that's because he couldn't get mine in the whole picture. Okay, we got to
Yeah,
start
mine
here.
neither. This is actually the one of the mediums, so that's why I picked it. So
Yeah.
but it does. I think it looks good.
Nice. Did a great job.
Oh, that's really big. That's stands
Yeah.
out really good.
Yeah, it does. It looks really well. And I wanted to just do something for everybody that bought one, so I got everybody a car decal made for them that bought one.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
So I mean, it's just something. Just say thanks, for
Yeah.
buying them. Maybe people see
You said
these.
You said they're not weatherable. They don't.
No,
do
these
good in
are.
weather? Oh, that okay.
These are for your car. You can put them on. I also have some that I'm giving to the admin guys that are. It's just you can stick it on like a computer, laptop, binder, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, this one is you can put it on your car and it's weather resistant, and it's waterproof, and everything.
Nice.
So that's just something I want to do for people that bought them. And
Yeah, very nice. Thank you.
maybe later on, if people show a little interest in the decal, we'll maybe sell some of those for a couple bucks.
Yeah, you never know, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's just, I think they look really good. Maybe next round we'll do something different on the back. Maybe the bigger logo we have. But I think it looks really good, and I think she's done a really great job on them for us.
Yeah, nice. I'm looking forward to that this weekend, actually.
Yeah. I think I've got with everybody on them and got them all set up. Corey was actually sporting his today.
Nice.
So.
Very nice.
Yep. Yeah, I agree, Philip. They do look really good.
Yep. And Phil and Wendy, I think, will be there this weekend too.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that'll be good. We had them over here on Saturday, which was a good time.
Yeah, I hate I missed that. I really do.
We're going to do it again. But we had a great time. So, I mean, it was just the four of us sitting around the table and had a great time. Good food, telling stories, having a great time. So,
I'll bet so.
Yeah, I got my days off, my weekends off. Totally confused. I'm off this weekend, but I got no money for Atlanta. So
yeah, I hear that.
Maybe I need to do that stripper thing that boy was telling John.
Maybe, right? Go find that guy. He'll be the pole.
I ain't shaving my legs for nobody.
You could do a mobile stripper thing, man.
Well, that would be right. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'd have to because actually I think they call it streaking.
yeah, that mobile stripping is streaking, right?
Yeah, I couldn't afford everybody's therapy bills after they watched me.
Right.
I bounced those clubs for a lot of years. I've been on a few of those stages screwing around and stuff. So it's not like I couldn't do something to at least have fun. No. Typically, I was in some sort of costume doing, so nobody knew it was me. But yeah, that would not be pretty. I wouldn't even want to watch myself do that.
Never set foot in one in my life. I never set foot in one in my life.
I've never stepped foot in one either. I've stepped both feet in.
Yeah, right. I fell face first through the door a couple times, but I never set a foot in them.
Right? I went in upright, come out face first.
It's easy money. It's therapeutic, but it's like
I bet it's therapeutic.
When you bounce them, it's like being married to 30 crazy menopausal women.
I don't need a whole lot of that. I don't.
Yeah, you don't even need a little bit of that.
No.
So, but you know, it gives me that time to sit back. Yeah, there was this one day when we were. so yeah, I have good memories. Yeah, I'm just glad I survived those years. So.
Yeah, well.
But when you're 20, well, it was the first. Bouncing was the first job I found. I got discharged, and I made extra money on the weekends while I was still in it. So I was like, you know, and then it was just, you know, it was easy money, and it's the first thing I could find. So, and I made a good second job for a lot of years.
Yeah, right.
So,
yeah, I hear you. Well,
I know I've been digging out y'all remember I did the comparison things between the 25th and the vintage. I found a whole bunch of stuff I didn't even remember I had. So I'm like, over the next few episodes, I'll be hitting up y'all's brain and stuff. So I don't remember where these things came from and stuff. So I mean, they're kind of goofy stuff, but it's kind of like, I don't remember this. I don't remember that. I'm like, it's G.I. Joe, but what's it from? You know, like that hydrofoil. I couldn't remember where. I'm like, it had G.I. Joe on it, so it wasn't Cobras. So where'd it come
that's
from?
a nice piece. That's a really cool piece.
But my stickers on it suck. I'll take more pictures and show you. So,
no, that's a nice piece.
My stickers on it sucks. I couldn't remember if figures come with it or not. I've had some of this crap so long, I just don't remember. It's been thrown in a tote. So it's kind of nice going back through and looking, you know, and going, oh yeah, I remember that, you know. So then there's most of it I'm going, I don't remember that. Where'd that come from? You know, so. And I found these little bitty guys. I thought I took pictures of them. I was going to show it. I'm like, where do these little guys come from? Because I don't even remember.
They're metal?
Huh?
Are they metal?
No, they're little plastic guys. I know I took pictures. I was going to, oh, here they are. Let me see how I get. Tell me what these are. Y'all remember these?
Oh, those were the ones that sold like at Dollar General and stuff.
Yeah, weren't they like the preschool ones?
Yeah, can't remember what the name of those were. But yeah, I think
Snake Eye Storm Shack comes with the timber and everything. And then you got the Joes. I mean, I'm like, where'd these come from? Yeah. So, anyways, it's been nice to reunite with old toys. Do what?
I can't remember what those were called, but yeah, I do remember them. I think they were sold at like Dollar General and stuff like that. It's like those Star Wars also.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I may have some, you know,
Mighty Heroes or whatever.
Something Heroes.
Yeah, I do remember.
Well, that makes sense because I managed the Family Dollar. So if it was a dollar store, it's probably easy for me to pick up. You know, so. But yeah.
So John says that he pulled something that last coffin fit. He looked awful uncomfortable there for a second. So.
Combat Heroes.
Yep.
Combat Heroes.
That's what they were called. Well, they were sold at Walmart also.
Yep. That makes sense. 2-packs. Okay. Little 2-packs, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yep. I couldn't remember. I'm like, where's these from? I just didn't remember. I'm like, take some pictures.
Yeah, so. Emmett's got the snake eyes up on my entertainment center upstairs that he found somewhere. Hey, speaking of which, we've got a date for the next Nerdy Yard Sales in May, right?
Oh, she got with me the other day on that.
Wanted to touch base with everybody on that too, because I mean that's only a month away, 6 weeks, whatever.
They're looking at April 29th or May 13th.
So yeah, less than.
I'm hoping May 13th.
Yeah, because that'd give us 6 weeks at this point, give or take.
Because my daughter-in-law, or my future daughter-in-law, has a graduation the 29th.
Okay, so we'll keep everybody posted on that too.
Yeah, so I'm gonna push for the 13th.
And my personal situation, the 13th would be.
Isn't there
doable? The 29th is not going to be doable.
When is the Huntsville comic thing?
That's an 8. I saw a thing for that today.
April
That's
something
and
also.
April
Yeah.
12th, 13th. I just saw it today.
Yeah.
I won't be at any of that stuff. So
Oh well, I got to hit the locals.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's the 21st and 23rd, so that's the weekend. That would be the weekend after if they done that, the 29th, which hoping they go with the 13th.
If I ain't working, but I work all the time.
yeah.
That's what I do. So that's what I do.
Me also.
But
But
yeah, I don't think back to Dave's question. I don't think there's anything out in the wild that I'm actually looking for, and I need to like actually stay away from the toy aisle and give my credit cards a break.
Yeah, I hear you.
oh, talking about toy aisles, if you're a Lego collector, go look at your Star Wars Legos because they are clearancing them things out also.
Are they
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. I
Don't
saw
get them Legos.
Boba's Palace from the Boba Fett series.
Oh yeah.
It was originally $100 starting out, and it's $69 now.
Wow.
Wow.
So
That's
I mean,
that's
a
different for
$31
Lego.
saving. Well, Lego has done the price hike too thing, and they're feeling it because
Boy,
at
I would think
Christmas
so.
time or right after Christmas time, you could go to the Lego aisle and everything was on clearance.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're feeling that too, and I think they're kind of maybe rethinking their situation on that too, because they jumped everything up $5-10.
Yep.
And I think they're rethinking it also.
Yeah, I don't know. I not to be, Debbie Downer, but this economy, I think we haven't even seen the beginning of this. There's some big changes coming. And you know what? Things like what we're doing right here that are free are actually going to have some real value later on because sometimes we may very well get to a point where we have long periods of time where all we can really do is talk about the stuff we have because we're just not getting anything else.
Yep.
Well, thinking about that, then like I said, I was digging out stuff, so I've got a whole bunch of stuff still to.
Nice baby bell there. That's a cool one.
So I've still got a bunch of stuff that I forgot I even had.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
I know where to go for my 25th stuff. I need to.
There's something there.
I love that 20. I love the 25th line.
That's where I'm at.
The sculpts were incredible, the
Yeah.
articulation, everything, and you still got vehicles. So
exactly right.
Yeah.
I had got out of it at that time, but not about a year ago. I guess we was working on a customer's house, doing a remodel in their attic, and I went into their attic and was cleaning everything out, and I picked up a box and it had G.I. Joe wrote on it. And I looked at it, and so, you like G.I. Joe? I said, yeah, I used to, play with them when I was a kid, and I used to collect them and everything. And he was like, well, those were my sons. You can have them if you want them.
Oh, jeez.
So I opened the box up. It was a pretty big shoe box, and it was just full of the 25th anniversary stuff. And they were they're still carded. Every one of them still carded.
Wow.
He let me have them. I took them. I'm not going to. I don't want them. They are some really great figures in there. So.
I like it. I that's where I'm at. That's where my collecting is. Classic vehicles, but my figures are all 25th or that 25th and up. Anyways,
I'm doing a lot of the vintage stuff right now myself.
Yeah. That's what worries me about the 25th, about the classified, is the way they did the 25th when they first come out. The 25th. I mean, I was really happy. They were great stuff, but articulation on some of them, they wouldn't hold their guns. It's stuff like that.
It is a little,
stuff. Right. They wouldn't stand on their own. I saw that. Well, they improved all that, and then they just killed the line.
Yeah.
No announcements, none. It's like, bam, we're not making these anymore. I'm like, what the? Because they went to, we got Toys R Us exclusive. I'm like, Toys R Us is an hour away from me.
Yeah.
I'm not, in halftime when I go there, they got what I'm looking for, and I'm just
Exactly.
wasting 2 hours of my day. I'm and it's like, Hasbro has enough sketchiness that it kind of scares me a little bit, even with the classified, that they'll just go, well, we're just not going to do this anymore.
Right.
That was the same way with the Renegades, the cartoon. I loved it, and the figures was amazing. And then all of a sudden, they just done.
Yeah.
But of course, that was the same time the 25th anniversary started coming out too, I believe.
I don't remember what the order was on that.
I believe
You're probably right.
Yeah, when they hit the 35th and the 50th, they had perfected those figures.
Oh yeah, those Pursuit of Cobra figures are really nice. A lot of those are really nice figures.
And they gave you new figures that you never seen before, and it's like but by the time that they released these guys, those held guns come with all them accessories. I mean, the chromed face, literal chromed face. I mean, it's just freaking awesome, So
absolutely.
Okay. So Renegades was in 2010.
So yeah, because the 25th would have been
that was the same as the 25th.
And
25th would have been
I think Shane, you and I had talked about this before.
Oh yeah,
when they re-released that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they made upgrades and they did.
There's some big differences between the original.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you know that there's
smaller?
There's a roadblock figure that they made that his machine gun actually hooks into different places. So that's why that particular roadblock figure is so expensive, because everybody brought them just for the guns to put them on this Eagle Hawk chopper.
That version was also a little smaller than the original Tomahawk, was it not?
It is. It's there's some big differences there.
Yeah.
The canopies aren't the same.
Yeah,
the nose glass isn't translucent.
I can't tell the difference in the chassis. I've put it next to my other ones. Now they've re-drilled holes and stuff, but it's I can't tell no difference between that and the, except for that I've got all the props to that one. I don't do.
Yeah.
If you do, they're like this. And if you do, they're like this.
Yeah.
They're
exactly.
Mine's
the Dragon.
Mine OG. They're totally broke. They just.
I got a couple broken ones, and the rest of them are droopy.
Show you another trooper they introduced in that line that I thought was just freaking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
This guy here.
Shock Trooper,
These shock troopers are just freaking awesome. The gas mask,
one of those guys in there,
and they come off, and all, it's like they perfected that. Then they just killed the line.
I don't know, because they spent too much money on getting the Hasbro license or the Marvel license or something. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, they wouldn't. You would have thought they would have kept doing what wouldn't cost them money.
That's what I've said all along. I've never quite understood that. They own it, but they just don't seem to act like it.
Just keep making the figures, and but I don't know. Were they really selling?
I don't know. I don't know.
I never saw them. I
don't know, man.
I never saw them clogging up shelves.
No,
doesn't seem to be. No.
So it's. But then again, like I said, halftime whenever the exclusives, I was used to it. Every time I'd finally go to Toys R Us, never nothing there. G.I. Joe, Marvel, or anything like that. It's like everything's always gone. So,
I remember that Toys R Us in Bridge Street.
Well, it used to be way down on University Drive, corner University and Memorial stuff back then, and it was a lot bigger and stuff. Yeah, I'm glad they don't have it anymore, because then I'd sure be broke now. But yeah,
they're putting them in Macy's.
It'd never be at that level.
Oh no, never again. No, never again. Nope, never again. Those days are gone.
Yep.
But I have great memories of that. I mean, but I don't know if y'all knew of a place called Hills back in the day, if you'd ever even heard of that. They were kind of like a Walmart. And I used to, I bought most of my Joes from there. They used to have people come that would dress up and cosplay Spider-Man, all that kind of, it was just a big to-do. It's like toys were the thing. Now it's like, I don't know. And Toys R Us, when they were down there on the University of Core, they'd have Jeffrey come up there and other people. And I had to took my daughters down there to see Barney one time. And it's just, there was activities other than just toys. You'd go down there. So nobody does nothing anymore.
No.
It's,
I know, man. I know.
We always talk about, we want to do stuff for our communities. I'm like, well, you're a perfect person to do, but do something.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. No, I agree.
There you go. Or they just not selling.
Right.
I understand not promoting a line that no one's buying because you kind of waste the time. But
how about trying to promote it first to see if it will sell?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, but they don't. That doesn't seem to work that way.
Well, it leads me to question. I know people accuse me of being kind of a smart aleck, and somebody posted a question about why in a Motu group about why they all had the same body and shape. And I'm going, this to make people ask stupid questions, But I'm going, but it made me start thinking. I'm like, there are people who don't get this, and I'm like, they don't understand the mechanics of how collecting and all this stuff goes. And you kind of go and they ask the silliest questions. I'm like, how do you not know that? It's like people getting mad at me because they said I should have waited for my Falcon figure before I did that picture with
yeah.
I'm like, it is Falcon. I'm like, I get those birds mixed up. God.
I saw a guy ask a question today. He's got like a picture of a ton of vintage figures. He's like, I need a little help with these. And I mean, he had Flint, AJ, Duke. He didn't know any of the names of these guys. Why are you even here? Are you just trying to make a little money?
That's what it is. A lot of these are fishing posts.
Honestly, I think society as a whole, we want to belong to something.
Yep.
People have nothing to give their day-to-day life's meaning. You're so tired of doing the work thing, go home thing, it's like, so you join clubs, Facebook groups, motorcycle clubs, you want to belong to something.
Yeah.
So you join into a group that's popular because they're bandwagoners. We all have bandwagoners.
Oh, yeah.
And Star Wars is on top and everything. It's like when Mandalorian first came out, first season. Oh my God. As much as I love Grogu, I was sick of seeing Baby Yoda. I was like, okay, I get it. But people are like, oh, this is so great. But they couldn't tell you who Han Solo was.
No.
It's like, I'm a big Star Wars fan. No, you're a Mandalorian fan.
Yeah. Right.
And that's fine. But don't get in there, especially if you're going to argue with somebody about something. I'm like,
right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and it's so I think people are so desperate to belong to something because they feel like their life is there's something missing there, and they're trying to fill that void. And if it's a group of toys and you're spending your toys rather than getting on drugs or something like that, I'm all for it, man.
Oh yeah.
No doubt. Yeah.
It's just as addictive, but
it is, but not as destructive.
No, so yeah, either way you stay broke, but yeah. I mean, I get it, and I try to be courteous sometimes, but sometimes it just gets on my nerves, especially when they're complaining. I'm like, if you bought the old toys where their eyeballs were a dot and a line across the eyebrow, and that was all the face thing you got.
Exactly right.
Really didn't look no different. I'm like,
I mean, look at this. He's just sitting here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a Wild Bill. This one of the originals from what, 83?
He's Wild Bill because he's Wild Bill.
It's Wild Bill, right? Yeah. But that's it. The rest of them, that we were talking about CoverGirl earlier. It's like, boy, they should have done a better job with her face. Do you remember the original CoverGirl?
Oh yeah.
Oh, she was a real high fashion model for what, melted mannequins. Jeez, but we loved them.
Yeah,
couldn't get enough of it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean it was, and people, I don't know it in the Marvel universe, the Marvel collectors, people like, I like the old Toy Biz. I'm like, what, with the
I
big
know.
ball joints
Oh,
and the
good
hips
Lord.
and the faces? I'm like, yeah, Toy Biz put more paint on their figures and they get more shading and more sculpt,
Mhm.
but you really lost the clean part of the figures. So.
Oh, big time.
Plastic crack, definitely.
Definitely plastic
Definitely.
crack.
Yep.
That is very definitely. So
Wendy bought you another car, huh, Phil? Jeez. Hey, good for you. I've seen those. Those are kind of cool.
Yeah. Those I think they're called Speed Champs. The cars. They're pretty cool. Yeah.
Huh.
They're making like a movie series of them where they've got Fast and the Furious and
Oh,
Double-
yeah. That Charger and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. And the
Cool.
Skyline that Brian drove in this movie even comes with a Brian figure. But those minifigures, we're talking about the Big Lob. God, the minifigures, they're outrageous on eBay too. If you get on there and look,
Some of that stuff is crazy, isn't it?
oh yeah,
Man.
yeah. As
Unbelievable.
soon as Lego slaps a retired sticker on their product, prices go through the roof on it.
Right. Yep.
It don't matter what it is.
Yep.
But
well, I know that's what confused me about the G.I. Joe line when they were talking about it being overbuilt. Well, sell your figures. I'm like, why? They're gonna quit making them. That's when you collect them.
Yep.
Exactly.
Because if it happens, it's Hasbro, and they'll probably relaunch the line in a few years, and everybody be trying to get those older ones, and then they're like, you're giving away money, just wasting money. So
Yep.
just hold on to them or buy them up.
I just hope, and I know it's a long shot because the rumor mill and my wish list really aren't even remotely the same. I would love to see the original lineup finished. That would be huge for me.
The 13.
Yeah. I mean, that would be huge for me.
Zap and all of them.
Yeah, all of them. I mean,
and it's so easy, man. The stalker body is already there.
Yeah. All you really gotta do is have a head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different head, and not even really a different head because even the originals were almost the same face, same head model.
There was only two. There were four different heads.
Yeah.
Well, there were three because Stalker was a different head too. Mm-hmm. Scarlet counted as one, and Snake Eyes counted as one. The other guys were all the same of two
different hair
two
colors.
molds.
Yep.
And that was it.
They took a page from Marvel. Marvel's getting where they're getting where they'll get one body and you get two heads that can just swap heads and make two different characters.
Exactly. Yep.
So you could have one figure with two heads and maybe a couple of gear swap, like between Zap or something, where they'd have the
Zap and Grunt. Right, prime example. There's Zap, there's Grunt.
Yeah, right. And you swap heads, so people would be buying two of those figures.
Yeah,
and that cuts down on the whole plastic of another figure for them.
Oh yeah,
all they got to do is out the plastic for that head.
Yep.
I like I said, the brand managers are just not paying attention. They're just not.
If you look at
I hate to be this, but every time they're talking about, that's my favorite, that's one of my favorites, I'm like, I don't care about your favorites.
Right.
I'm not buying these toys because you like them. I'm buying them because I like them and give me what I want. So, yeah.
I like what McFarlane is doing. He's got teams going and multiple eras going, plus movie figures going. But you'll get one or two here and there, and there's a good mix of what's going on. Do you see what I'm saying? Where they seem to be taking a hard turn to the modern. And I don't know if that's such a great idea. I don't know. We still got a lot of original figures, what I would call original figures, that are just hanging out there, and they really shouldn't be.
If you put out a good thing of say 6 to 8 figures per thing, you got 13. You can put out 13 waves. Add one of the original 13. Add a Zap. And if
That's
you
right.
did that where they come with 2 heads, it'd be 2 figures. You're going to sell 2 figures. You're only out of the place for that.
Yep.
And then you can put a modern one, and you can put something in between there.
Yeah,
You can build that wave like that.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
people would buy that.
That's
yeah.
that's what McFarlane's doing. You got classic Justice League stuff mixed in with the Flash line, mixed in with Teen Titans, mixed in with the modern comics. Everybody's getting something. You see what I'm saying?
Well, Marvel Legends does the same thing. They do MCU figures and they'll do comic book figures.
Right.
Yeah. So some people don't collect MCU figures, but they'll collect every one of those comic book
Exactly.
figures.
And that would, I mean, let's say you got classic figures showing up, and then you got Night Force, or you got like this Python Patrol, or you know, Tiger Force, or whatever else you want to do, zombies, let's say. If there's one of each in a wave of 5, that's how you're killing it. Not just you know, I don't know. I don't understand what they're doing.
Well, I'm cool with them releasing those kind of things as exclusives. That way, if you don't want them,
exactly,
don't get them.
Right, exactly.
Right. Well, that's any of the figures, really, though. If you don't want it, don't get it.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, I've kind of held off on the Falcon and stuff because I really don't know if I want it because of all the complaints and stuff. But, you know, being an inbox collector, it doesn't really matter to me.
Exactly. Especially now that it's a closed box.
So, I mean.
Yeah, how's that going to affect you, Shane?
Well, I mean, I've not even ordered that line yet or that wave yet. I'm kind of sitting on the fence about it. I may order it, I may not. You know, that's just how it is. And I was buying one of each. You know, I was buying 2 of them.
Yeah.
But now I'm cutting back to 1. So I mean.
And I know you enjoy that artwork, but the artwork has changed too.
Oh yeah.
It has,
it's gone to this Saturday morning cartoony or Happy Meal looking stuff. And
I like that also. And I know a lot of people hate the Easter eggs, but those are quite cool to me.
I wish I knew what they were, though. The bicycle on the ship. What's the deal with the bicycle?
It's from one of the episodes or one of the PSAs at the end of the show.
PSA? Okay.
Where a shipwreck was on there and there was a bicycle leaning against a tree. And something about the kids were trying to race across the railroad tracks or something like that, I believe. And he stopped them from doing it, and they leaned the bike against the tree, and that's paying homage to that.
Okay, that makes sense then.
I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to getting that shipwreck action figure.
I know, yeah, that was.
I really want that figure.
Yeah, Torpedo I'm excited for Torpedo too.
Oh yeah, but I just from the photography aspects, the Cover Girl, Shipwreck, he's like, you can put Deadpool in about any picture you want to. You can put a Deadpool action figure of any picture. I think Shipwreck's going to be about the same way. I can put him in a picture with anything, and it's Shipwreck. So he's going to crack jokes and make people stuff like that, you know. So, but well, I guess we did make it all the way a little past 9.
We did.
We survived without G.I. John.
We did.
Just barely.
Yeah, it'd be all right.
Yeah, you know what? If you're so inclined, just keep him in your prayers and the whole family because they're sick. So that'd be a good thing, I think. So nice. Thanks, guys.
4 days to get better.
Yeah, that's kind of the timing on this really stinks, doesn't it? I hope he's still able to go because.
Okay, we've had about anywhere from 4 to 5 viewers. So like the thing, subscribe.
Exactly.
Do that whole thing because
that'd be a good thing.
Yeah,
push the like and subscribe button.
Yep.
That would be a good thing. That's
pound it, man. Pound it.
That's feedback. That's feedback for us.
I will say this though: since yesterday, we have picked up 4 more subscribers.
Nice.
We went from 45 to 49.
Well, there you go.
So we're moving up there.
We're getting there, man. We're getting there. Next week, I'm guessing we'll be back to. Well, next week's have to be a little different too, because I guarantee you we're going to have a bunch of video and stuff from Toylanta. So that'll kind of be.
It'll
cool.
be show Rick what we got.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I'll just not have a session. I'll let y'all do the stuff. It just
Now look, man, if you're looking for anything, holler at us, man. You know
like
what?
I said, I don't even know what's out there.
Well, just keep your phone close. I'll be taking pictures and sending them to you.
If you find
Yeah,
a
there you go.
25th anniversary Zarana for 30 or less, I'm down for that.
Well, if you have to find two, because I don't have one either.
I only have 2 arms and 2 legs, guys.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
But
because
I do have John. So
I've got every 25th. I mean, I've got every except for the last bunch, like Zartan's daughter. I didn't know he had, and
Oh, those are convention figures and stuff. Some of those convention figures are.
I don't have those, but don't want them. But you know, I've got Xandar. I need Zarana. You know, I've got Mainframe, so I need Zarana. He gets lonely at night in that Joe base. So,
Nice. Well, let's hang it up for this week. Like I said, next week will be. Next week's going to be special, I think, with all of that footage. And I am still, you guys know a little project I'm working on. I am still, believe it or not, spending quite a few hours a day getting that going. Once that starts, though, I think that's going to be a big deal.
Well, it's us, so it's always going to be special.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's going to be that kind of special too. Trust me, because
I'm looking forward to that, Dave. I really am.
I'll tell you what, man. I started scripting one of them today, and it's freaking hilarious. It really is.
I'll probably just put a picture up that day and mute my mic so nobody can watch.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I'll tell you. I'll go ahead and do it next week. Maybe if I can get the logistics figured out, maybe there will be a very, very special guest interview. All right, maybe. Like I said, maybe. So we had to get some special software and. It's, which we did last night.
We're always special.
Trust me, guys, it's gonna be as special as it gets. so yeah, so that will be hopefully something that's ongoing for quite a while actually. So let's hang this up.
All right,
thank you.
Well, good night, guys.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Shane. Thank you, John. Take care of yourself and your family. And
like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. That's right. Thanks, guys.
Like, share, say no to drugs, blah, 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 blah.